waiting for my child to return home. Babe is up north. And I'm making a 4-pound tri-tip and roasted red potatoes in a cast iron skillet in the oven after I seared it and marinated it. Why am I doing that by myself? Alright, so I got a rockin' deal on this tri-tip, and I purchased it at 3.6 pounds at like $2.50 a pound. The problem is it's winter time, and if I was grilling this on the barbecue, then this fat cap right here would have been perfect to protect it from the barbecue. However, we're gonna try something new that I've never tried before, and we're gonna do it in this cast iron skillet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up to marinate for a little while. Now, all the research I've done on good old YouTube University and reading blogs and stuff like that, the marinade that I'm trying to recreate here calls for like minced, finely chopped garlic. Garlic's proving to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. Anyway, I want to get some larger pieces of garlic because I like garlic. Alright, so after my battle with the garlic, I cut up about a clove, but I cut it up into big pieces, as you can see. And now what I'm going to do is, I just have a cheap Cabernet. I'm going to put about 1/4 of a cup inside the dish here. I normally do a dry rub on a tri-tip, but since I'm going to do this in the cast iron, we're gonna do like a marinade for about 6 hours and let it get all marinated for 6 hours. So now I'm doing about 1/2 cup, just some cheap soy sauce. Next, we're gonna do about 1/4 cup of some vegetable oil. Do about 1/4 cup of some vegetable oil here, marinade. Next, what we're gonna do, bam! Ground ginger. This is about 2 teaspoons of ground up ginger. Should be good. Now we're gonna whisk all that together. Let's start getting this. So, ginger, ground ginger, fresh cut garlic, some Cabernet, some soy sauce, some vegetable oil. And we're gonna let this sit. Let's see, 126. We're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna try and fit that big old thing in that Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna dump this and let it marinate. I don't know, I wanna eat at about 6 or 6:30, so what's that, about 5.5 hours? And we'll let that hang out in the refrigerator for about 5.5 hours. I just removed some of that fat off of it. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. You're playing along with me, but we got that in there. The whole marinade I took out of the thing. You can see the garlic on there. Marinade smells good. So these, I think, since they're a little bit bigger, I left a little bit of skin on them, this garlic cloves. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use those to go underneath the tri-tip while I have it in the oven after I sear it in the cast iron skillet. I got this brand new, just got one of these, never used it before. So we'll see how this goes. I'm thinking some of these might be good fun to put in there. Little red potatoes. I think that might be fun to set here, tri-tip here, some garlic, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe a thin layer of vegetable oil on it, and I'm gonna put it in the oven at 375 for 1 hour, and I'm gonna bake it upside down, let all the impurities and all the grease and everything drip out onto my drip pan. I'm gonna let it cool down in the oven. Once it's cool, then we're gonna start our tri-tip later this afternoon. All right, it's 5:30 almost, looking good. Getting up to room temperature out of the refrigerator. Pan is nice and seasoned, cast iron. Now it's time to make a cocktail. Let's talk about this. Ice cubes, that little tray, Amazon. A good bourbon or a rye. I like a bourbon. Bitters, a sugar cube, an orange, muddler, the glass. I already placed 1 sugar cube in it. And here's the key, the secret to success. Tashi or Luxardo. Find those cherries. That is the secret to success. All right, let's get this made. Bitters, boom. Step number 2, ice cube. find a good bourbon or a rye. I like to find small batch things. I picked this up at the supermarket for 25 bucks. It tastes fantastic, perfect for an old fashioned. I put the ice cube in first, just to the top of the ice cube. Here comes the secret to success. This is a showstopper, game changer. These are the old school 1920s cherries. Okay? Boom, in. Now, I want to mix that all up. I want a little bit of the syrup, 2 cherries, the orange, the sugar, the bitters. I want that all mixed up. So, pre-game, before we heat up the cast iron, cheers. Perfect. I don't know too much about potatoes, but I do know that they're grown in the dirt. So I washed these off, I cleaned them up pretty well, and now I'm just slicing them up a little bit. I'm thinking that as I cook the tri-tip in the cast iron in the oven, that it's gonna roast these, and then I'm gonna probably finish them in the cast iron with like a stick of melted butter, maybe some rosemary, some more garlic. I like garlic. Iron. Some flame. Cast iron. On. Let's roast it. It's in the oven right now. We're at 400 degrees. We're gonna pull it out at about 6:30. We put it in at 6 o'clock. So in the meantime, cheers. I can tell you this, the house smells freaking fantastic with that marinade cooking. We have like 5 minutes left in the oven and hot damn. All right, it's been 30 minutes, so let's take this thing out. Start this oven back up. Bam. Everything's better with butter. Put that in there. And look at these. This is roasted potatoes. Look at this roasted garlic right here. That's killer. Dude, I can tell you that it smells fantastic in this house. You know I love a little pepper, so I'm going to put a little more pepper on here. Potatoes, garlic, salt, pepper. Wow. This has been tinting for about 15 minutes, okay? So again, the trick to tri-tip, even if you barbecue it, the trick to tri-tip is to cut against the grain. All right, so you're gonna get to see here that the grain is going this way. So we wanna cut it boom, 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 this way. So it's gonna be a little tough because you don't wanna cut huge pieces like that. But we'll just try a little bit, okay? We'll try a little bit right here and we'll see how it goes. Already I'm seeing, it's kind of well done right there. I like it like a hot pink. Maybe I left it in too long. I don't know. But again, this is the thinnest part, okay? You can see it's getting a little bit pinker. As it gets into the center, obviously it's gonna be more rare, medium rare, and different stuff like that. All right, that's 400 degrees for 30 minutes. That is looking fantastic. And I'm looking through the camera here. It's looking a little more pink than it really is in real life. Especially right here. It looks very bright. It's really not that bright. But you can see the juices are just, my goodness. Wow. Right away, you're tasting a little tiny bit of Cabernet, soy sauce, a little ginger, super, super, super moist. Do it. Do this recipe. I'm telling you, do this recipe. Sold for $1,000, Alex. That's it. That's the end of the video. I have other videos on my YouTube channel about travel, cigars, cooking, all kinds of stuff, but Out of all my cooking, and I don't know what I'm doing, this was a game changer. Old fashioned, tri-tip, roasted red potatoes, fresh garlic cloves. My goodness.